Okay, so on to the fretting exercise then. Basically what we're going to be doing is similar to what I was demonstrating in the previous chapter. We're just going to be using fingers 1, 2 and 3, and we're just going to be fretting frets 1, 2 and 3 on each string. Now starting with an open string, I'm just going to start with string 1. I'm going to play that and then use finger 1 to fret fret 1, finger 2 on fret 2 and finger 3 on fret 3. And I'm just going to do the same on all of the strings through from 1 to 6. So string 2, string 3, and then strings 4 to 6. Okay, so to start with, we're just going to go quite slowly. You just want to get a good sound, a good even sound out of all of the notes. So if you play along after 4 then, so starting on string 1, moving to string 2 and all the way down to string 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now that's certainly harder than the open string exercises we've been looking at in the previous chapters, but if you go around it a few times that should be a little bit easier hopefully. Now I was actually holding down all 3 fingers at the same time. Now that's quite hard, particularly when you're on the lower string, so you don't have to do that to start with, just whatever's easiest basically. So just a couple more things that are worth mentioning about fretting riffs. First of all, I'm not sure how difficult you found it to reach round and play the notes on string 6, but it's definitely more of a stretch than playing the notes on string 1. So basically, a lot of beginners do find it quite hard to keep their thumb positioned in one place or anchored on the back of the neck. So in order to be able to do this and still reach round and play the lower strings, you need to bend your wrist a little bit to help your thumb out, and also when you're stretching round you can bring the elbow of your fretting arm across your body a little bit, and this helps to lift your fingers up. If you can just see that in the close-up there. So I'm not actually stretching with my fingers, I'm just moving, sort of rocking on my thumb there. Because basically what you want to be aiming for is you want to be aiming for fretting the notes with the same angle in the same position on all of the strings. So as you gradually play the lower strings, you need to be reaching round with your whole arm a little bit more each time. And there's a separate exercise, a separate technique lesson on fretting chords. You do need to be a little bit more precise there, but when we're just playing riffs, when we're fretting single notes, it's fine to be a little bit more relaxed. It doesn't matter if we're touching other strings, because often we only want to hear one string at a time anyway. So that might help you to start with, just to get used to using your fretting hand. And the final thing that's worthwhile mentioning is that you don't want to be pushing down too hard with your fretting hand. If you just have a listen to this, I'll just play 3 notes with my first 3 fingers. So basically what I was doing there was I was fretting the notes normally to start with and then pushing down too hard, and it bends the string, it makes the note sound higher. So all that happens when you fret a note is the metal string makes contact with the metal fret. You don't need to push all the way down onto the wooden fretboard, because if you do, then you'll bend the string and it will just make it sound out of tune. So just by pushing down just as hard as you need to, it basically saves stamina in your fingers and it makes your playing sound a lot better.